Hello everyone, welcome to Salesforce Network Salesforce Developer Tutorial. Topic what we are going to cover in this session, that is trigger. Trigger is a piece of Apex code that executes automatically in response to certain events on a particular Salesforce object. Triggers are typically used to perform operations before or after records are inserted, updated, deleted, or undeleted. Trigger events are before, insert, update, delete, and after, insert, update, delete, undelete. Trigger context variables are used to hold data required during runtime. These are is insert, is update, is delete, is undelete, is before, is after, new, new map, hold map, is executing, operation type and size. Syntax. So trigger keyword is there, then trigger name. As per the business scenario, we have to provide the name like anybody can understand for what this trigger has written on S object. Here, on which object we are going to write the trigger, that object will be here. Then events. Events means before or after. Events will be there, and there will be code in curly braces. So code is including the logic and context variable. All the things are written under code. Finally, curly brace is closed. So what is the navigation of trigger? Setup, developer console, file, new, Apex trigger. What is the structure of trigger? Trigger, then trigger name as per the business scenario on object name on which object we are going to perform, then trigger events before or after events. Then here all the context variables are declared. If trigger is before, then again it is going to check if trigger dot is insert code to execute before a record is inserted. Else if trigger is updated, so again code to execute before a record is updated. Else if trigger is deleted, code to execute before a record is deleted. Else if trigger is after, it is going to check for after. So if trigger is insert, code to execute after a record is inserted into the database. Else if trigger is updated, code to execute after a record is updated. Else if trigger is deleted, so code to execute after a record is deleted. Else if trigger is undelete, code to execute after a record is undeleted. Best practices for writing triggers. Bulkification. Ensure that your trigger can handle multiple records by using collections and avoiding SQL queries and DML operations inside loop. Helper classes. Use helper classes to keep your trigger logic organized and maintainable. Context specific logic. Use trigger dot is insert, trigger dot is update, trigger dot is delete, and trigger dot is undelete to handle different contexts appropriately. Error handling. Use the add error method to provide meaningful error message to users. Testing. Write comprehensive test classes to cover all possible scenarios and ensure your triggers work as expected. So let's see an example. Write a trigger that sets the industry field to agriculture. When a new account record is created with annual revenue greater than 5 lakh. So this is a simple example. This can be done with the configuration or with the automation tools provided by Salesforce, but for understanding at the basic level we had taken this example. So after getting the problem statement, first we have to decide on which object we are going to write the trigger, because in that syntax we had seen trigger name is compulsory, then on which object we are going to write the trigger. So in this scenario we are going to write the trigger on account. So here what is going to happen, when a new account record is created with annual revenue greater than 5 lakh, then we have to set the industry field to agriculture. So for inserting the data, it is going to set the industry field to agriculture. So logic, industry will be agriculture if annual revenue is greater than 5 lakh. So here we had taken the name set account industry, and for the best practice we have to write the test class for every trigger. So test class name we are taking set account industry test. So by this name we are going to write the trigger. So to do the practical, just log into our Salesforce account. So follow the navigation, setup, developer console. So developer console is open. Here we are seeing URL. Then click on file. So this is the navigation, like for creating the new trigger, go to new, then apex trigger, and for opening that particular trigger click on open. Then we have to select triggers. All the triggers will be available over here, or we can search it from here. If sometimes it's not getting viewed, then click on refresh. So here we are going to create the new trigger. So file, new, apex trigger. First we need to provide the trigger name. In our condition we are going to take set account industry. Then we have to select the object as object on which object we are going to write the trigger. In our case that is account. As soon as we are submitting, then by default this structure we are getting trigger, then our trigger name set account industry on account, which object, account object. So which event, before insert, take a screenshot of that example, then it is easy to write the trigger. So here we are going to start our logic, iterate through each new account record. For this we have to write for account we are creating a variable ACC, then context variable we are using trigger.new for all the new values which is going to enter. Then we are checking the condition if ACC means what the variable we had created over here, ACC dot annual revenue, it is the field name is greater than 5 lakh. This is our condition. Then set the industry field to agriculture. So setting the industry value as agriculture. Save this. Also we have to write the test class for this. So to write the test class we have to simply write a apex class. So again we have to go in file, click new, then apex class. We are providing the name set account industry test. Click OK. So if all we need to make this class as a test class, we have to include @is test. @is test, static void. So to make the our class as a test class, we have to write @is test, our class name public class set account industry test. This is our test class name. Again this method has static void. So first we are creating a new account without setting the industry. So account ACC, we are creating a variable new account, name equals to test account, annual revenue equals to 6 lakh. Then inserting this particular account, this will invoke the trigger. Then after retrieving the account from the database, so I had created a variable inserted account, select ID industry from account where ID equals to ACC ID, then verifying that industry field is set to agriculture or not. So system.assert equals agriculture inserted ACC dot industry. Again we are writing one more method for low revenue, as we had seen this for greater than revenue. So again we have to cross verify with the lower revenue as well. So again creating a account by the name test account and annual revenue is 3 lakhs. Again inserting ACC, this will invoke the trigger, writing the SOQL query, select ID industry from account where ID equals to ACC.ID. Again verifying that industry field is set to agriculture or not by writing this statement system.assert equals agriculture comma inserted account this variable dot industry. So again control S, saving this apex class. At the right side we are seeing run test. So it is visible for only test class. So click on run test. So coming to our apex class, here code coverage is there. Click on this. So we are getting code coverage all test 100%. So if we are creating a record by the annual revenue greater than 5 lakh, shall it making the industry agriculture or not? So just check this. So also we can make this page as side by side. So click at the top, show as tab, then drag this beside our Salesforce login panel. It's easy to navigate. So in the app launcher, just search for account, click accounts. So click on new button, test, trigger 1, and here we are providing the annual revenue like 6 lakh. Let's see industry making it agriculture or not. Click save. So click on details. So it's making the industry as agriculture. Again cross verify with with not meeting the criteria. Click on accounts. Again click new. Test trigger 2. Here I am providing the value 3 lakh. Click on save button. Click details. So here we are seeing that industry value is not updated with agriculture because the condition is not meeting. So like this we are creating the apex trigger. So as we are doing practical with so many scenarios, we have to make it inactive, the triggers what we had written. So to make it inactive, we have to click on setup, platform tools, custom code. Here we can find all the apex classes, apex triggers, visual force pages, visual force components, remote access, all the settings we are seeing over here. So just click on apex triggers. Just now we had created set account industry. Click on edit. So here we are seeing a checkbox is active. Uncheck this one and click save. So now if we are doing practical or on same account object, so this trigger is not going to fire. Thank you.